Welcome to another episode of Marketing 101 for Chiropractors. I'm Dr. Enrico, and this week we're going to go through the most common mistakes marketers and chiropractors make when creating their ads. It's always a task to make better ads. And for those of you, and many of you, I'm surprised how many of you actually are running your own ads. You're doing ads, or you're in the process of ads, or you're working with your digital marketers to create ads. You actually have a hands on approach, which I've been saying for 7 years. You need to know a little bit. It's been great to see. Continue doing that, but also knowing how to fine tune them for maximum results. And today we're going through the most common mistakes. So I've consulted lots of chiropractors who run their own ads. They, ask me for free information all the time, and I'm more than happy to answer the phone or even get on a Zoom call and see your ads in person and talk one-on-one. It's the best way to review these things, is to just look and see what's going wrong and give you some feedback immediately. That's the best thing. But I put together, conglomerated all of the mistakes that are being made, and we're going to go through it right here. The common mistakes chiropractors make with Facebook ads. Number one, it's just too general. That's the biggest mistake. Hey, chiropractic offer, call us now. This is what we do. It's just too broad of an ad with no real call to action for anything that's worth taking action for. Think about how you respond to advertising, or what makes you purchase something, whether it's e-commerce, a service, whatever it may be. Think about the psychology that goes behind that. What scroll stops do you stop to see? And what are they? For me, flip-flops, or something goes by, golf clubs, golf balls, or maybe brand recognition of where I see, Costco ad or something that stops me. I've tried to learn my behavior as well as a consumer, and that's what stops me. It's brand recognition. So I see like a Nike ad or a Costco ad or an Under Armour ad or something that might stop me, because that's brand recognition. We don't have that when we're advertising, right? People don't know your clinic. You're not a major brand. You're not a world renowned brand. So we don't have brand recognition. So what is it? What's the other? It's the offer and the ad copy. So those are the two things. You can't have too broad of like, come in for chiropractic. That's big. Chiropractic is bigger than you think now. The utilization rate continues to go up. It's more well known. So you're competing with really just every chiropractor that's out there. So weak or generic offers don't really go anywhere. So the thing here, like a free consultation, is overused quite a bit. It can be effective if the ad copy is good, but typically book now or click the button to book this limited time offer is one of the better call to actions. You can even have maybe a discounted offer. People don't really know the prices. Let's be honest. If they've price shopped with chiropractic, or they've been to other chiropractors, your $49 exam may be like, oh, my other chiro charges me $35 for an adjustment. So I'm not going to go to you. You're too expensive at $49. And then you're like, hang on a second, my exam's $200. We're doing $49 exams. You're an idiot. Why wouldn't you take this? Because they could just go to the joint for a $49, right? So you got to be honest with this. What are you going to do to get them in for this? The new people who have not been to chiropractors before, they're not going to respond to a chiropractic ad. They have never been to a chiropractor before. They're not starting now because of your ad. You need to understand that. So you have to have something that solves a problem for them. So that's what weak or generic offers is what I'm talking about. Have something that stands out. That's the thing there. So the call to action should be, click here to claim the offer now, limited seats available, limited spots available, limited appointments available, whatever you want to put in there. You put that in the description underneath your headline, and that's the call to action. And then, of course, the basics, the poor ad copy or the imagery. We talked about this on Adjusting Success many times. You can go to YouTube.com and go to @EnricoD Marketing and go to my channel, subscribe so that you can see all the videos that go on there. Every Monday night we do Adjusting Success, and that's for anybody doing any type of service based. It's targeted for chiropractors, but you can go to it and we talk about these things. And you can also join live at 9:30 p.m. every Monday night as well, and then ask questions on there. And then we save it as a video, gets put to the website or to YouTube, and then people can go and listen. We talked about poor ad copy or imagery just recently, and many times before. Using stock photos, generic copy, feel better today, usually fail to capture attention. So engaging patient-centric image, like actual images from your office of you doing it, is way better, way more responsive to like, who's that? and then it puts a face to it, starts to create a brand awareness, right? The more ads you do, people start to see them and kind of know if they continue to live in the area for years upon years, they're going to know you as the main chiropractor because of all the ads that you've done. So using yourself and your office and your actual tables and devices is really smart way of doing this. Uh, and then many of you don't know how to do retargeting ads. This is a whole different podcast for another time. Maybe we should do that on how to retarget after you've run ads for a while, months or years. You may want to be retargeting these people who've actually had a response or stopped and read your ad or watched your video in its entirety, but didn't do anything about it. Ads to retarget them, say, hey, we got another offer. Hey, we got another thing. Hey, we also do this. And they are more responsive to stopping again and watching your future videos as well. And then just testing. We don't really test. We all just kind of quit. That's another one. Well, why do my ads do as well as the other person's ads in town? And you really haven't tested anything. Well, what have you tried? And then it's like, well, I've just been trying this. We got to test and try for a little bit too, until you find the ones that work. I've got two offices where we've just continued to reuse the same ad. We're over a year now of just bouncing between these two ads just to change the look of it, the pictures, and then we go back to the other because we're getting $11 or $7 leads, and we just keep going back and forth, and it just continues to work. Why would you turn that off? It's just working, right? It's that. So, but it took us previous ads to get to that point to find out, oh man, it's really this simple. People are just responding to a nice clean picture of you with the offer on the side, and they love it. That's how that works. And then on the back end, overcomplicating the funnel. So chiropractors send leads through long funnels with too many steps. A simple direct path, the ad, the landing page or the form, and then the book here. That's really simple, even with your automations as well. Thank you for signing up. Here's the link to book. And then you call and then the emails go out. Hey, thank you for signing up. Here's a link to book, or call us at this number to book, or this, just streamlining this. And we talked about AI and other things in the background that you can use, or apps that you can use to help streamline this for you. These are the things. I think that's it. We're just overcomplicating it. It's a simple form. We don't call them back for a while. We lose them. Remember, these are cold leads. Unlike, I think we've been trained. If you've been in practice for more than 5 years, say more than 10 years, really. If you've been in practice for a while, we've been programmed on referral based marketing and Google. Every chiropractor's foundation to their business is based off word of mouth. I don't care who you are or what you do. You may be killing it now in the last few years with Facebook ads and getting tons of new patients and leads from that. But prior to that, you were a word of mouth practice. So some of us that have been practicing for a while have realized that, and this stuff is frustrating. We're creating more headaches. It seems like we're creating more stuff to do. We're wasting more time chasing down leads. But really, the base will never go away. The word of mouth will never go away. As you continue to serve more people and keep them happy, the word of mouth will continue. So that's what we want to be building up on there as well, is the word of mouth marketing in the background. But using leads and building your lists and nurturing them is how you get more and more people maybe leaving you reviews and maybe referring more people to you. It creates that branch effect of referral, right? So that's great. Those are the big, mistakes I see. How do we correct these things? What do you need to do with your ads to make them better? Is define your audience. Who are you targeting? What location? What age groups? Interests you can hit, behaviors you can hit as well. I don't recommend going into too many categories like income and too many behaviors or interests, because what ends up happening is you may lose out on some other people. But having some things, let's say you're doing something specific in the office, you're targeting a specific demographic, over 50, neuropathy or something like that. Maybe looking at behaviors, or of course the age group is going to be 50 plus or 55 plus, right? Men and women. You're going to target that, and then within an area. And when you do that, you want to broaden your area a little bit further. Once you get into niche marketing of like specific things, decompression, maybe you do something specific that no one else does, like upper cervical, whatever it may be, you may want to expand that radius wider, because people will travel longer to see a specialist, in quotation marks, of doing that. So that's great too. And then just craft an irresistible offer. So we went back to what scroll stops you. Brand awareness, we got to eliminate that because we just won't have that as chiropractors. It's going to be the offer, it's going to be the solution. What is the offer? What is the product? Remember, you do have many products. It's not chiropractic, it's not the adjustment. That's one thing. That's what you do. It's not, you have so many different offers that you help with. Just if you just go through symptom base, you got thousands of things to choose from. Choose the ones, yes, that you enjoy working with, but choose the most popular ones that people have as well. The biggest condition: headaches, migraines, low back pain, sciatica, pinched nerve, nerve pain, neuropathy. These are the top ones that people are looking for solutions day in and day out. They're the top rank Google health conditions as well that people are just looking for solutions to. And your competition is everyone that pops up: the Mayo Clinic, the Cleveland Clinics, the WebMD, everything that pops up before you. You don't even pop up in the first seven pages of Google when people put in neuropathy or sciatica pain, or it's all going to be all the research done by major medical universities showing what sciatica is and what the solutions are. They're going to be medical solutions. You can't compete with that. You're just not going to. So what you got to do is the only way to compete is when somebody says sciatica chiropractor, they're specifically looking for a chiropractor. Then now you're competing just because you have a website that's ranked on Google. There's not much you can do or need to do for that. That's a different podcast. We've done those before about keywords. So on Facebook, what is it that stops people? It's those videos of, like, we see them all the time. I absolutely hate them as a chiropractor just as much as you. It's usually some creepy dude, some greased up beard, and has a woman with either no bra or plastic surgery, and just looks weird. And they're adjusting them for the scroll stop on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and Facebook. It's the scroll stop. As a dude, guilty, I stop and I watch for the adjustment, of course. But that's what catches people on there in that moment, and you get tons of views. Don't compare your ads to those ads. Those are scroll stoppers. Those are reels. That doesn't really matter. And the comments, go through the comments. They're hilarious. That's not going to create more new patients for you, right? It's just not going to do it. So showing what you do in the office is going to create more patients, like your system, usually the treatment, what to expect. It takes away fear from the prospective lead of, like, what am I getting myself into if I do sign up for this? Is it a hole in the wall? Am I going to get mugged? What's the procedure look like? Are they going to crack my neck? I've heard things about chiropractic, and you're not. In your videos, thoracic adjustment activator, whatever it is, your protocol, just really quick, 10-second video, nothing crazy, that just goes through it. Or maybe the device you're going to use, the soft wave, the shock wave, the neuropulse, the whatever activators, the TRT gun, whatever it is that you're using, a class 4 laser, cool stuff. These are all videos that people stop and say, oh, what's that? That's different. I've been to physical therapy before. They never did that, right? Whatever that's the emotional response that you're going to get from these videos. Make sense? So just do your thing. And the people who are going to stop are the ones that you want to work with. The people who scroll by are probably not. They're not interested at that time. Okay. Spinal decompression, first session for $99, includes consultation and exam. They're like, oh, everything gets started for just blank. The discount offers, as much as you hate them, is pretty much how marketing works. It's like, if you act now, you get this price. That's the most emotional response from a psychological perspective in marketing that you can get, is like, oh, discount, limited time offer, I'm going to sign up for it. If something pops up from Delta or United, and they're like, right now, flights to Honolulu for 50% off, and they don't tell you from where, and you end up, if you're anything like me, you click. You're like, hang on a second, I can get to Honolulu for $300. You look at it, and then they get you. You go through there and you look from your hometown, and they're $847. So you realize that that was for maybe a one route that they didn't actually tell you was actually out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, through LA to Honolulu on these 2 days in March. And then you get gimmicked into it, but that's the marketing thing. And then what ends up happening is you go back to United and Delta.com later, the month later, and book a different flight for a different day to a different destination because you need to go do something else. And you wonder how marketing works. That's how it works. They've tagged you, they cookied you, now they have your device. And anytime you go for travel booking, Delta and United will pop up because you clicked on their ad before. That's how you capture people. And you can do this too. The more clicks you get, Whenever people start searching for other things, you start getting into this matrix in the whole thing. You start playing the game in your local area, which is amazing there too. Use eye-catching visuals, clean pictures, well lit, just things that pop on the screen and look good. Look at what's being posted on there, right? I mean, it's either personal photos of people, but everything business-wise is just clean and crisp. Pictures that stop people, bright colors, well lit. Those are the best pictures to do. And videos you don't have to worry as much because they're action, their movement, the lighting and all that stuff doesn't matter too much. It's more about what's happening in the video there. Persuasive benefit focused copy. That ad copy is the key. So persuasive copy saying, hey, do you suffer from this? Do you experience this? Is this holding you back? Something like, boom, that's your hook line right there. Then getting into it. Well, at ABC Chiropractic, we solve this issue for hundreds of different people over the years by doing this. Boom, 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 boom. The value stack. Then underneath it, do you want the value stack? Then you can sign up here and get this typically $250 offer for boom, $99. $47, $21, whatever you guys are doing. That's it. And then you get to choose the value stack. You're like, man, I really don't want to take x-rays on people for $0, or I really do not want to do an adjustment for people for $0. This is ridiculous for $47. Then you take that out. You value stack all the other stuff. You can value stack, from those movies, Wolf on Wall Street and all those things, sell me this pen, sell me this crap on a stick. And, it's a meme and that goes out there. And if you watch that clip and then in other movies as well, and persuasional books, it's the same format on there. It's showing everything about this pen that is so much better than just a general pen. That's all you're doing is you're saying, listen, the contour grip, the rubber stop on this, the silver highlight to show you where to hold, the easy click, smooth click, and the best part about it, the gel ink that's in here that glides unlike any other ink is the best reason to have this pen. It's the same thing with your consult and your offer. It's like, yeah, the offer is this and this. You get an exam, you get x-rays, but in ours, go look at our ads. It's come on in for a consultation, examination, chiropractic orthopedic tests, range of motion analysis, thermal scans, static EMG, muscle tension scans, heart rate variability assessment. Like it's just our normal exam. I'm just listing everything that we're doing. The 2 orthopedics that I do, the scans that I do that take a few minutes, the x-rays that take a few seconds. It's all added in there. Nothing about a chiropractic adjustment. And then you go through it, and so a value stack, or you even throw in the adjustment in there, whatever. Maybe you do this whole package for $99, whatever it is to get them through the door. That's it. Once you get them in the door, now you get a chance to talk to them as real people. That's where emotion goes through the roof. That's the emotional thing. Digital is tough to get the emotion from. So the only emotional connection you have digitally is an offer. That's it. So don't hate the offer. Hate the game. Leverage video content. 1 minute intro from the chiropractor explaining the offer. That's, 60 seconds seems to be that magic number for videos. Patient testimonials about their experience. Those are great videos. A walkthrough of the office to showcase its welcoming environment. If you have one, it's okay. Some of us have been practicing the same place for 20 years. There's stuff piled up everywhere. You don't want to clean it up to shoot a video. I've heard all the excuses. I completely understand. Maybe it's not a walkthrough of the office. Maybe you clean up one room for the pictures and the adjustments. We've all been there. Use retargeting ads. We talked about that. Simplify the landing page. Please, if you use a website or landing page, one of the biggest mistakes when we talk about landing pages, most chiropractors are using the contact us page on their website. That's horrible. You're going to lose. If you see your data on your ads manager and you look at the ads and you're like, is this performing or not? What's happening? We're not getting very many new patients. Go to the link clicks or unique clicks and then see how many people are clicking on this ad or whatever it is, the button that you've created or wherever you're sending them to. If you're getting a lot of clicks, like, 50 cent clicks, you're doing really good. You're getting a lot of clicks for this and got, 100, 200, 300 clicks. And you've been running this ad for 2-3 weeks. Like we talk about the 14-day rule of running an ad to testing. and you're like, okay, I'm getting 100 something, 200 people that landed on my landing page. And literally, I talk to doctors and they'll tell me I got no new patients out of that. I'm like, well, where do you think the problem is? They're like, I don't know. That's why I'm calling you. I'm like, the landing page. There's nothing there making them the emotional response. They're literally going to the contact us page. They're not looking at that consciously. Subconsciously, they're like, oh, website. There's nothing there to show them exactly what was from on the ad. So you need to create custom landing pages. Talk to your website developers for this. Say, hey, listen, I'm running this spinal decomp Facebook ad. I really want it to make it work. I love the contact us page, the form that's on there, because I get those emails immediately and I want that. Can you create a, and they'll say yes. They're like, we'll create a landing page for you with a separate URL or a subdomain. Maybe you put in decompression.abcchiropractic.com. That's your subdomain. And then that one is being used as a separate landing page. And now it looks the same at the very top. It's got the same ad copy or the same video or the same look as your ad saying offer big on there on the side. Fill in your form to book an appointment. You're going to see a huge increase in capturing data from there, from 200 clicks and no new patients to 200 clicks over the next 2 weeks to 30 form or 25 people signing up, and then you calling or trying to hunt them down and getting 10, 15 new patients from that. That's the cool part about that. So using your website people as leverage and delegating to them to create good landing pages for you is going to be way easier than you trying to do this. Makes sense? So that's the trick with these landing pages. Otherwise, use the Facebook form and capture as much data as you can so that you can email and call them. That's the best way. So if that hasn't been working, I usually default people towards the form so that they can capture more data. The more data that they have, the better it is. So the doc that had all those clicks with no data, he had a data issue. No one was giving them their information. We solved it by switching to a form because now he's got the data. So test and refine. You don't need to do the old school A/B testing anymore, but just retest, got back pain versus $49 special as the hook line at the very top, or maybe the headline. Suffering from back pain or, $49 Chiro special, whatever. Test those. Test images versus videos. So the nice thing is when you create a new campaign and you created the ad, your ad set is all done with the targeting. And then under ads, you can create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 images. We actually recommend not doing more than 4. I think the rule's 6, but don't do more than 4 or 5 at that. So compare 2 pictures and 3 videos or 4 pictures in 1 video, whatever you want. And then Facebook will shoot that off for the exact same ad spend that you set in the ad set prior. So for $20 a day or $40 a day, you can shoot up 5 images rather than 1. Our red light people that we've used in the past, the digital agencies, will put out like 14 pictures, which, and then they'll shoot out. And of course, the top 3 are the ones that, get the most views, but it looks like there's 14 pictures going out. What Facebook will do is once people start seeing the ad 2, 3, 4 times, they'll start showing them different pictures automatically. So you don't have to think about it. Good. That's a jam-packed podcast this week of things to think about with. And of course, you need help. This is what I do. Currently, I'm juggling probably max load of clients that I like to focus on the clients at a time. So I don't take a lot. I'm not like a digital agency that will just keep onboarding people because they cookie cutter everything. We really dive into your practice. One-on-one. I pretty much immerse myself in there. I get way too emotional. I get way too into your practice because your success is my success. I want to see you grow. Digital agencies don't care. They're on to the next. If you quit with them, they're just like, okay, we'll find a new client. I'm not like that. So we want to get in there. We want you to learn. We want you to grow. So if you need help, reach out. If I can't help you, I'll refer you to good digital marketers. There's a lot of them out there. So that's great as well. But if you have questions, that's what I love. Just reach out to me, info@enricod.com. I love the emails. If you got my texts, there you go. Text me anytime or find me on Facebook and Instagram and reach out to me in the DMs there. Super happy to help all you. Keep doing what you're doing. Serve people. The world needs us. You've heard this through your entire career. They truly do need chiropractic. They need you. So this is why we do what we do. This is why we get into all this crazy stuff and keep up with AI and keep up with 2025 is to serve more people. And I hope you're on that mission as well. But keep doing it. Thank you for what you do. Keep to your success and all the best in 2025.